So in this video, I want to talk to you about manifestations and sleep. What is the connection there? Do we actually manifest while we are sleeping? Well, to be more exact, the manifestation or the seeds that are being planted for our lives is right before we fall asleep. And this is according to one of the original teachers and writers of manifestations, which is Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill were both one of the originals when it comes to manifestations, law of attraction. Many of us were introduced to the law of attraction, myself included, by Rhonda Byrne, her book, The Secret, and also the magnificent movie, The Secret. But she wasn't the first, and she most likely was inspired by Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill. But the movie The Secret was very, very impactful. It changed my life and many of my friends' lives as well. It definitely put the whole topic of manifestations on the map. But with everything else, I like to go to the source of things. I love going back to the original of the originals. Take, for example, Buddhism. There are many different branches of Buddhism. You have Zen Buddhism, Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism, and many other branches of Buddhism. But the original Buddhist practice came from Gautama, the Buddha. And his core practice was meditation. Close your eyes, you go within, and you gain the wisdom from Spirit, from God, from your higher spirit that way, because you are closing off the outside world. So that's why I love going to the original teacher of the teaching. Doesn't mean you can extract some knowledge and some wisdom from later teachers. But the original is always the original. And that's why when it comes to law of attraction and manifestations, Neville Goddard is one of the originals. So a book was given to me last week by Neville Goddard that is called The Feeling is the Secret. It's a very short book. It's only 4 short chapters, but it's very impactful, jam-packed with impactful information on manifestation. And one of the chapters that stood out to me was a chapter called Sleep. And in this chapter, he talks about how we go to sleep at night, how that impacts our day, the next day, our lives, how we, our relationships in the world. And that is that we must be intentional when we go to sleep. So we don't want to just pass out in front of the TV or pass out after being intoxicated by alcohol or drugs or from exhaustion. Of course, it all happens. It can all happen. There's nothing wrong with that. But now that we know better, now we can do better. So when you go to sleep, what you feed your mind, your thoughts right before you fall into sleep, is what's important. Because all that gets absorbed into the subconscious, and then the subconscious dictates your habits and your actions and your thinking, your mindset. And that's what's important. So you don't want to fall asleep being upset or in an argument or anything like negative. You don't want to sleep on any negative feelings. So some very good suggestions to that would be to do your affirmations right before you go to sleep. Do a meditation before you go to sleep. Do your prayers, your affirmative prayers before you go to sleep. Or even listen to some uplifting music. There's so many outlets on YouTube, for example, that many creators out there that has really, really nice meditation music, singing bowls, different meditations to balance your chakras, other frequencies. I have a frequency app that is called Soak, Soaak. I love it. Different topics, and it's all about raising your frequencies. And I love listening to that before I go to sleep. There are also guided meditations, or maybe just look at your goals. What it is that you're trying to accomplish. And the key to that is that you want to focus on the feeling of how will it feel? How would I feel? How am I feeling once I reach the goal? So it's the completion feeling that really counts here. Neville Goddard talks about that a lot too in many of his books. It's about the completion. How do you feel once you have accomplished the goal? What does that feel like? Feel into that strongly. And that's how you will manifest the goal. That's the key to that, according to his teachings. And according to many other spiritual self-help teachers as well. The feeling is the secret, as according to the title of this book. So right before you go to sleep, try it out, test it out. Think about what it is that you want to accomplish. What is your goals? What is your deepest desires? What are your dreams? And how will it feel like once you have accomplished? And go over in your head in vivid details. The colors, what are you wearing, where are you at, the location, and all of the details. All of those details will then feed your subconscious, and then that will manifest and help your manifestation take place out here in the outside, in the physical world. So this is really exciting. So let me know in the comment if you are familiar with this teaching right here. And also let me know in the comment section after you try it out. Try it out. Let me know if it made a difference in your sleep. Did you sleep better? And how did your day unfold? And if you've been practicing this for a while, how is your life unfolding by using this simple little technique? Falling asleep on a positive note. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you.